Hi, in this video I'm just going to show you another increasingly popular add-on which is called Magic Cell Notifications. So the first thing I'm going to do is get add-ons. If I type in Magic and scroll down to Magic Cell Notifications, just there, and install this add-on. What it will then do is it will then get you to sign in and approve that you want to do this. Once the add-on is installed, you get a little post-installation tip. Essentially, we're going to go to the menu, add-ons, and we're going to go to Magic Cell Notifications, and we're going to run for the first time. What run for the first time does, it just assigns this document with certain triggers that are going to work later on in the process. There we go. Once we've had that message, we press OK. We can then go to add-ons, Magic Cell Notifications, and launch. Once we're in here, this is the worksheet, the only worksheet we've got, so it will appear here in the list. The more worksheets you have, the more will appear here, because what you're essentially going to use this add-on for is if a certain cell reaches a certain value, you can get an email notification. So what I'm going to do is if I just set up some cells, basically, so I know test one, I'm going to put numbers in. So if I say when sheet one, and I'm going to enter a cell reference into here. So the cell reference is going to be of sheet 1, A3. So when A3, you could do equal to, greater than, less than, or not equal to. So if I do when A3 is greater than 5, okay, because currently it's 3, I want an email address of someone to be notified. So I want to be notified about this. If you want to add more than one person, just separate by a comma. And you can add as many people as you like to the email. If you want to be able to customize the email, you also can tick this box, but you can change that later actually. So we're going to press add rule. Now, because this is the first time we've done it, we're going to get this error saying we've not got notification rules. Would we like to create it? If you don't create it, it doesn't work. So you do need to press yes. Adds in notification rules. The rule we just set has been entered into there. So it says when A3 is greater than 5, do this. And you can see under email, template, and subject, it's default, okay? If you actually just manually change that and type in your own email template and subject, it will overwrite it and it will send whatever you've typed in the box. If you've left it default, it will just send the sort of default email message, which you'll see in a minute. So when A3 is greater than 5, send an email. So what if I then go back to the sheet 1, change A3 to 6 and press enter. I go back to the notification rules quickly enough. Hopefully we'll see it changed. It's matched it and it's sent. So that's changed to matched and sent. So I now have an email in my inbox. And this is the template. This is like the automatically generated one. It says you're receiving the email because of this spreadsheet I haven't even saved yet. And this is etc. What happens, you can click here. So you can imagine this being set up. There's a couple of other things you can do and a couple of things you need to be aware of. In terms of the value, I just manually typed in 5. However, you can use formula to pick a value from a sheet. So if I say that value, press enter, it gives you the number. So when A3 is greater than 3, please send me an email. But if you actually look at it, it's the formula in there. You cannot put a formula in this cell reference because it already is another cell reference. So that must be sheet 1 and then what cell it's referring to. And that will just work. One thing you can do though, which will save you a lot of time rather than having to use this menu, is you can just copy and paste an entire rule down and change it slightly. So if I wanted to, if I just make sure I've highlighted all of this, go all the way across, drag it down. Now set up a ton of rules. Now these rules, the cell reference has changed automatically, which is actually really useful, but we probably didn't want the sheet to change. So actually, if I copy that down to 2, highlight those, make sure that copies down all, just sheet 1 I want on there. That I also might want to drag that formula, and that might be absolutely fine as well. But it all depends. You can change these operators around, do whatever you want to do. Okay. If you do manually change these operators, you've got to make sure that you match exactly what's written here, because that's what it uses to work it out. The little formula box here actually doesn't matter too much what's listed in there, because the system doesn't actually use this. This is just for your information. You can see they're all matched, not sent, and they're all default as well.